Hi, everyone. So I do have a few important notes that I'd like to share with you today. So I think, as I mentioned in one of my videos at the beginning of the semester, this is the first time that this course has been offered online. And this is a brand new course design. So while that is exciting, we are, of course, bound to run into a few bumps. And last week and this week, I think we have our first bump with our searching for RFPs and analyzing them. So if you found the process of looking for grant opportunities challenging and perhaps frustrating, you are not alone. This is actually one of the hardest parts of the process when you're new to grant writing. So if you have been looking for RFPs for your chosen program but are having a hard time finding one that is the perfect fit, don't panic. Just do your best, but no one is going to be penalized if the grant opportunities that they find are not the perfect fit for the program. And of course, I recommend changing up keywords to help show different results, but also looking in different places. So for instance, I know that most of you have been using Grant Forward and grants.gov, which of course we have links to in our library resources page, and those can be very good. But they might also not be showing the results that you're looking for. So looking elsewhere can also be helpful, such as looking at various foundations. Remember, our textbook talks about foundations as being sources of grant opportunities. And another approach could also that could be helpful is actually using Google to search for similar programs that have been funded by grants, and then seeing where those different organizations got their funding from to fund that program that is similar to the one that you're looking at. So if we were in the classroom for our class, which we're not, but if we were, we would have the benefit of pairing up in class to collaborate on that search process, finding grant opportunities, and then I could work with you in the classroom as we search for and evaluate those RFPs. But of course, we're online, and this being an online class will give us more challenges with that process since we don't have that benefit of working together side by side in a live environment. So hang in there as we work through our focus on RFPs. This is one of the hard parts. And so also, as you might recall from some of our class materials, RFPs can also greatly vary in length and also in requirements, ranging from a page or two to perhaps 100 pages of a grant application package materials. So for example, government RFPs, which are also called NOFOs, that is Notice of Funding Opportunities, can be very long, might even require a similarly long grant proposal application, by far beyond what would be reasonable to expect it for our class. So be assured that I will not be asking you to write a 100-page grant proposal for our class. So if you do end up going with an RFP that does require a longer proposal, we'll just need to customize it to somewhat to better fit the context of our class. And the sample grant proposals that we will be looking at in this class in the very near future are actually much shorter than that and more reasonable. So another thing to keep in mind when locating government grants is actually locating the full grant application package and the requirements. The general overview page or the synopsis page that you might be seeing on grants.gov that you start out with does not necessarily include the complete details of the requirements. So if you are on grants.gov and go to the blue related documents tab, and there you can find a zip file that includes the full announcement with fuller details, and those documents are often very long and sometimes actually include more than one document in there. So similarly, if you're finding grant opportunities that are not government grants, you will still, of course, need to make sure you're locating as best you can the full RFP. And in some cases, if the one is not included, or they might even specify, a common grant application form can be used, such as this common grant application form that I have posted on Canvas. And I think that's also in the appendix of our textbook. So also, now that we are looking into RFPs and evaluating which ones could fit with the community partner programs that they need to fund, or with that different community partner for a few of you who have a different partner approved, we will be shifting our focus next to the grant proposal itself. But while you will be working with your classmates on writing grant proposals, you will not be submitting them. Rather, at the end of the semester, the completed grant proposal will be given to the community partner, and they will then use the proposals, or perhaps even just parts of them. They'll be using those for grant applications. So with that in mind, there are a few things to consider. So first, of course, there is no need to contact the grant maker, that is the funder, with questions. Rather, we'll work around any questions that might come up that are related to the RFPs as we work on proposals. Also, don't worry about any deadlines that are listed in an RFP. While ideally the community partner could submit the proposal to the grant maker that you found, that will be up to the community partner. And deadlines for this class will be more important than deadlines that are mentioned in the RFP. Also, the RFP might be asking for information or documents that you don't have. So in some cases, our community partner will be able to provide you with additional information and documentation, and we can contact them about that. But some RFPs could require more than is reasonable for students in the context of a class, so we can adjust as necessary. And similarly, I think as I mentioned, while the length of a grant proposal can vary greatly, if the RFP that you choose would require a proposal that is extremely long, such as 100 pages, 50 pages even, we will adjust it to be more reasonable for our class. So anyway, so don't stress about that, at least. So remember that while you'll run into some challenges and frustrations in the grant process, so you maybe run into some already with the RFPs, but you probably will again in the future, you are not alone. Many of your classmates are running into the same challenges, and we are all here to learn. So take a deep breath, and we can keep pushing forward as we prepare for Module 3 next week. I've also been very happy that so many of you have been reaching out to me when you have questions. I'm always very happy to help out. So if you are ever having any difficulties or confused about something or just have any question at all, don't hesitate to contact me. So beyond being available by email or messaging through Canvas, I'm also available for video meetings or even for in-person meetings at the Middletown campus. And of course, just a couple of quick reminders, and nothing like burying them at the end of the announcement, right? But remember, of course, to reply to classmates on yesterday's discussion. And then, of course, we have the Module 2 reflection due by tomorrow. That is Friday night. All right, this is long RC, so I'm going to leave it at that for now, and I will be going to be sharing some more details with you about what we're doing next week in a later announcement. But as I said, please do contact me if you have any difficulties, and hang in there. I know that some of the process can be difficult, but I hope that you will push forward.